Well, the more we hunted, the better it got. Well, welcome back to Finding America. It is really great to see you back here. Now, I'm going to get right into it because I have a lot to share with you this episode. Now, this first hunt that you're going to see me on is from a brand new permission that I got to a house that was built in 1911. Now, I stopped by this house when they were having a garage sale, and I met the owners, and we had a really nice time talking. And while we were talking, they noticed my Finding America t-shirt, and they graciously gave me permission to detect their yard. Now, it really does appear that this place had never been hunted, and I had some very high hopes for it. And this is how it went. Well, I have a nice little permission here. House built in 1911. They told me a judge lived in it at one time. And the yard's not real large, but I kind of like these small yards. A lot of times the finds will be really concentrated in them. I have no idea what we're going to find here, but you just never know. From what I understand, it's never been hunted, but we'll find out. And I'm going to start off in just Park 1 and just see what happens. So just want to give you a look at this place, and I'll be back on the first hole. Well, first signal in this yard was a memorial penny. Then I got a piece of scrap metal, and this one was giving me a 25-26 signal. Dug down, and actually two Wheaties in the hole. One was down here in the plug. I'm sorry, in the hole, and the other one was in the plug here. Got a 56 and a 58. So that's pretty darn good. Good sign the yard has definitely not been hunted, so I'll keep on going. Well, I got a pretty nice signal here. This was giving me a 20. And this first really kind of deeper one. It was about 6 inches down. Got it up on the drop cloth. I already took a peek at it. It's an early Wheatie, and pretty good date. Got a 1917 with a Denver mint mark. So very nice green penny. Very happy to find that. Almost as old as the house. Well, this next one was giving me a 21, 22. Wasn't real deep. I pulled it out of the plug down here. It's nothing special that I thought I'd show it to you. Some kind of a charm or pendant. Looks like with a little poodle dog on it. So kind of cool, and just I thought I'd give you a look at it. Well, I got kind of a cool target here. It was giving me a really nice high tone, 31, 32. Got my hopes up a bit, but it's not a $50, but it was in the plug down here, and I have sprayed it off and cleaned it. It's an old cap, it looks like, or a lid, but kind of neat. I'm gonna kind of look forward to seeing what this is. It says Muster Ole, and then Cleveland down here on the bottom. So I have no idea. That's a first for me, and hopefully I can find some more information on it when I get home. Well, this next thing was giving me a 15. Kind of cool. It was in the plug. I already filled the hole in, but check this out. It's a little charm. It's a lollipop. It says pop on that side and pop on the other side. That's kind of cool. A little lollipop in the wrapper. So that is different. I would definitely say I've never dug one of these before. That's kind of cool little signal. I was getting the 18 here, about 3 inches down. I got a little, tiny little gear to a, it could be a watch or a clock. That's pretty cool. You don't usually find these small ones. Well, I'm still hunting this front yard section. It's been kind of slow, but enough signals to keep me interested. And this was one to give me a 25 to 27, 7 inches down. Finally got it out on the drop cloth, and I cleaned it off. Got a 51 Wheatie with a Denver mint mark. So good sign. Hopefully there's some silver hiding here somewhere. I'll tell you what, this is a cool little item. It's giving me a 27 to 29, and it was deep, 8-9 inches. Finally got it out, and this is what I found. Now, as soon as I saw this, I knew I had a printing plate. So I got kind of excited because I like finding these. So I cleaned this side off and I'm like, man, it's blank. But then I turned it over and it's a typeset piece. All I can make out is the dress. So I will get it cleaned up a little bit more. And here's the trick on reading these things. Just take them to your bathroom mirror, hold it up to the mirror, and you'll be able to read it just fine. Well, I'm moving along the side yard, moving towards this back area, and got a nice 25 here, and it just popped out, and there it is. That's a nice old pocket knife. Very cool. Yep. So I'll get that cleaned up, give you a better look at it, but definitely pretty old. I put it 30s, 40s at least, could be older. And just hunting along this carport area. The house is really nice. 1911. But I was just hunting along here, and I got a 21, 22 signal, and got another early weedy. I took a peek at this one. It's going to be a 1920. So very cool. A couple early weedies. Still going along, got a 21 to 23 right here. Got another weedy, and this one's going to be a 51 with the Denver mint mark. Well, this is a pretty good signal here. It's getting a 25. I dug out a big rusty nail, and then there was still something in the hole, and there it is. Now, I did wipe it off, but it is another one of the Shell gas station tokens, and this one's going to be Andrew Johnson. So pretty cool. I really do enjoy digging these. Well, that yard didn't quite pan out as well as I'd hoped. Now, it did appear that it had never been hunted, but it seemed the past owners, well, they just didn't lose very much. But I gave the two oldest wheats, the shell token and that little poodle tag, to the owners. And it turns out that that poodle tag actually belonged to a beloved pet they had in the past. So I really enjoyed giving these items back to the owners as a thank you for letting me hunt their yard. Well, I had plans to meet up with Chris later that day at a park. Now, this park has been pounded to death, and it's been featured in quite a few of my videos. But no matter how many times we've hit it, every time we go, we seem to leave with some really nice finds. And that proved to be the rule again. Now, Chris called me over. What do you got?
Something circular. Looks like nickel size.
Yep.
It's been down there a little while. Oh,
we have no idea what kind of nickel this is. Oh, it's a buffalo.
There's the Indian.
There you go, man.
Let's see, it's probably dateless. Yep, smooth.
There you go.
That's a nice one, though. Definitely a 3-leg. I can even...
Yeah, you can just tell by the weight of it. One less leg makes it a little lighter.
Yeah, nice green imprint.
There you go. That's awesome. Now we'll get it cleaned up, but it definitely looks like a slick willy here. But doesn't matter.
It's been a little while.
Yeah.
I got a Buffy.
I'm happy for you, man. That's awesome. Chris got something else close to where he got that last buffalo.
This must be some kind of electronic thing or something.
It's a kind of electrical clamp.
Yeah. But I pulled the clod out and look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, looks like a little perfume bottle.
Maybe, huh?
That's cool.
It's got a neat design inside of it. It's got a...
Huh.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's pretty cool. Nice little bonus find.
Tiny.
Yeah. Very cool. Chris found something.
Look at the size of that.
Oh, wow.
Fork or spoon?
That was probably like serving spoon size. Wow, that's thin.
Paper thin, man.
That is cool. Man, it's got some age to it.
Yeah. Can't tell if there's anything on it.
Yeah, we'll get it squirted and brushed off. And looks to be plain, but that's definitely an old spoon handle for sure.
Early. I couldn't find the rest of it.
Well, got a pretty interesting signal. Been using the 15-inch coil, and I'm hunting in Park 2 two-tone, and got a big signal. I pulled this big iron rod out, a little threaded pipe, and checked the hole, and there was still a signal. It was giving me a 22, and this is what I got. It's smashed flat, but I don't know if you can make this out or not, but it says Helen Neuhofer. So I don't know if it's a cosmetic, but it's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. It definitely is a pretty old item, so pretty neat. I'll tell you what, this was a great signal with that 15-inch. I just got a real tiny little blip, and I really had to just wiggle it and isolate the signal, and it was giving me a 17 to 19, and it was actually in the plug on edge. But look how crusty it is on this side. I thought it was going to be a zinc, but then I flipped it over, gave it a wipe just to check, and check it out. I have an Indian. Is that not amazing? So I'm going to see if I can get some of that crud cleaned off this side and see if I can get a date or not, but that's awesome. Well, fortunately, this is going to take a lot more work later on at home. It actually looks like it was in some concrete. And of course, that's the side with the date, but it's nice to have found an Indian nonetheless. Hopefully I can get it cleaned off enough later. Well, this next one was giving me a 12. I dug down and I took a peek at it. It's an early Jefferson. I've got this one's going to be a 1941. So happy to have that. Well, Chris said he got something interesting. What did you get?
Something I never found before. Atlas.
Atlas key?
Yeah, it's got a little
oh yeah, the man holding the globe.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Yeah, let me see if I can get in on this one.
See how small the
yeah, that's really cool.
Teeth part is?
Yeah, that's a weird key. That's nice. Nice older key.
Yeah.
Get it cleaned up, give you all a better look at this one. Well, I gave Chris the camera because I got something kind of interesting. It was giving me a 2829. It was a really big signal, and it is a really big signal. I've got an old license plate here from the looks of it. I think I can see a 2 and maybe a 7, so yeah. I'm going to dig it out and see how old it is. I have a feeling it's pretty old.
Down there a few inches.
Yep. Yep.
Cow.
Oh,
it's a Tennessee.
Oh, it's a Tennessee. Oh my gosh, if it was straight, man, those things are really rare, and it's going to be 50s.
51, it looked like. Tennessee.
51 Tennessee.
Oh, you'll be able to fix that.
I don't know. It's it might snap, but I'll have to work on it later. But
what is that? P over 2?
P over 2. I don't know. Usually they have like classifications for truck or core. But that's a old 50s one in the shape of the Tennessee.
That is wicked looking.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm definitely happy with that. Well, we actually came away with some pretty nice things from that park, and I was really happy to have found that old Tennessee license plate. So while Chris and I were talking in the parking lot, I gave him the great news that I had gotten permission to yet another place earlier in the morning. While I was hunting that 1911 house, the owners were so nice, and they were able to get me permission to the house directly across the street. Well, I didn't have to ask Chris twice, and we agreed to meet up there the very next morning. Well, I was hunting the house across the street yesterday, and I got permission to this house as well, and I decided to wait until the next morning and have Chris join me over here, and he's digging a target up over there. So far we're finding a lot of clad, but I did finally get something old. It was about 6 inches down. It was actually high toning pretty good, 25, 27. But I cleaned it up. I got a nice early green weedy. This one's gonna be a 36. And this house was built in 1930. So hoping for some silver and maybe some other goodies. Well, I got a nice high tone, 2729. Had to call Chris over. I think I've got, he hasn't even seen it yet, but look at it.
Part of a half moon.
Yep. Sticking out the side of the hole. I'm going to go ahead and pop it. It's a silver dime. Oh, looks like I got a rosy. There we go. I knew there had to be one somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got for a date. What does that say? 54. I will definitely take that. Yep. And a Philadelphia mint mark. So, at least we got one silver on the board here. Yep, Chris called me over.
Boy, it's hard to tell, but I think it's a 32.
Oh, early weedy?
Yeah.
There you go. Here on the board.
That ground wasn't kind to that one.
Nah. Well, hopefully you find a silver.
This is my first wheat penny with a
well, that's true.
800.
Yep, Chris updated to the upgraded to the 800.
Yeah.
And got a sweet deal on it, so couldn't pass it up.
No.
And we just this is his maiden voyage with it.
Yeah, give her a shot.
It's even got the 4 kilohertz update, so
brand spanking new.
Well, I had to call Chris over again. I was getting a very nice high tone. I'd say probably 6 inches. And it just flopped out onto my drop cloth. And I believe I have another silver dime. Ooh.
Looks older.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a Merc. Yep, it is. Yep.
Nice.
Let me get my spray bottle out here. See what kind of date we have. And boy, and there we have it. It is a 1944. And backside looks like Philadelphia. I will definitely take that. So far we have a couple early wheaties and silver rosy, silver mark.
My turn.
Yep, definitely. Well, Chris and I are in the backyard of this place. I'm going to give you a look at it here. Here's the back of the house. And this is what I really liked. It's about a 100-year-old pecan tree. And then over here, we have the clotheslines that run all the way down to here. And then they run all along the back line where Chris is. So, if you're new to the hobby, clotheslines are very, very good. They would have hung the jeans upside down, and a lot of times they were still changing the pockets. So anyway, that's what I'm doing here, and I got a nice high tone signal here. I dug down a ways, but check it out. Look at that milk glass little jar. It still has a lid on it. So I'm not sure what it is. Looks like it's going to have something on the top. Look at that. That is awesome. That's really nice. Look at the size of that. It's really small. Well, another thing about clotheslines is they were always, almost always, on the edge of the property. And just like this one, and this is a really good example of an original yard. Now, the reason they put them on the outer edges is because kids played in the yard and they were running back and forth. And of course, that's where we got the term getting clotheslined. It's not a good thing when you run into a clothesline. So that's where they usually have them. Now, if you're in an old house and it's got a backyard and you don't see any clotheslines, you can be guaranteed they did have clotheslines, and they're more than likely going to be on the edges of the property. So that's where you need to kind of concentrate your hunting there and see if you can pull some silver out. Well, Chris called me over. He said the magic word.
I think I'm on the board with some silver.
Ah, there you go.
Ring up really low. I don't know. There was a little thing in there, but...
Oh yeah. You got spray?
I think so.
That's nice. What was it ringing in at?
I don't.
Here you go.
21.
21, huh? Maybe it was on edge.
Let's see. Merc?
Ooh, mercury.
Yeah. 40... 43? 42?
Nice.
Yeah, 42. That one's
Nice.
in good shape.
Yeah, that's real nice.
No mint mark.
Wow.
Cool.
There you go. He was right under the clothesline.
Yeah.
There's the pole, right in the corner of the yard. I was telling him there was a jar of silver here, and he goes, it's in the corner. He's got to start. Maybe he can fill a jar up.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
nice.
it must have been that staple throwing it off.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man.
Cool.
See what else we can get. And Chris said he got a little something.
Well, this ground is not like Wheaties. It's a 1919 though.
Yeah. Well, it looked to be in pretty good shape. It's just they stick to it like glue.
Yeah. Yeah, nice and green underneath.
Nice. That's a nice little year.
Yeah.
All right. Chris goes, go ahead.
Silver.
Okay.
I did this.
He had, yeah, he pointed, sitting right in the plug.
That was only a couple inches down.
Well, that's what you like on a never 100-yard. Ooh,
Yeah.
that looks nice. What is it, a Rosie?
Oh.
Yep. So we're even.
Yeah.
Man.
47.
Second year.
Yeah.
So you have a Rosie and a Merc, and I've got a Rosie and a Merc.
Let's see if there's anything, I think it's a P.
Well, the more we kept hunting, the better our weekend got. I have to say, patience and perseverance have always been the key to metal detecting success for me. You know, just keep swinging, digging it all, and you'll almost always come home with some really nice finds. Now, don't go anywhere just yet, because I have some really cool Halloween-themed historical photos from our country's great past coming up in just a few seconds. And I don't think you're going to miss these. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure, and I cannot wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.